nerds, welcome to Jerry Bear Reacts. Today we're going to react to Spider-Man's 20th anniversary on film. This was posted by a friend of ours, Daddy Longlegs, with 25k subscribers, posted 8 months ago with 7.1k views. This has a runtime of 7 minutes and 8 seconds. So if you want to watch it uninterrupted, a link will be in the description box down below, as well as a link for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, and everything in between. With Spider-Man's 20th anniversary, obviously being 8 months ago. This, if you're new around here, you probably don't know, but Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. I love everything about Spider-Man. I love all the movies. I like the Tobey movies. I like the Andrew movies. I like the Tom Holland movies. Obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home, for me, is just like pinnacle, right? Like, that's the peak and everything with it. And Spider-Man is some of the best villains in comic book history. Like, Spider-Man and Batman on the Marvel and DC side have pretty much the biggest rogue gallery of villains that there is. And majority of them are just absolute bangers. So we're going to hop into this and check out the work that our friend Daddy Longlegs has done. So I'm going to go ahead and put Jerry behind the scenes. Boop. And let's check it out.
I have a weird question.
Why are you doing this?
Does any part of you feel relieved about all of this?
I gotta know, what's your MO? What gets you out of that twin bed in the morning?
He was so... Tom Holland was so young in Civil War, or looked so young in Civil War, it's unreal.
Information from all 3 spiders into these 15 genetically designed super spiders.
Super spider.
You're changing. I know. I went through exactly the same thing at your age.
Ben, you sure about that?
No, not exactly.
When you can do the things that I can, but you don't.
Not that guy!
And then the bad things happen. They happen because of you.
I'm still not 100% a fan of the Peter Tinkle thing, but that's like it being called Spidey Sense. But I bet because, I wonder if he keeps calling it the Peter Tingle, or because nobody remembers who Peter Parker is if he transitions into calling it, you know, Spidey Sense.
Fairness.
I like the original Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man suit. I've liked every suit they've ever done.
On you to have the courage to take those dreams out into the world.
That's not your job. This isn't my problem. It's not my responsibility, mate. Maybe it is.
If you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those things. That's what's at stake here. Not choice.
There are bigger things happening here than me and you.
Responsibility. You have a gift.
You've been given a gift, Peter. With great power
I got cold chills, brother.
comes great responsibility.
No. Heating themselves up too is so good.
Everybody loves a hero. People line up for them, cheer them, scream their names, and years later they'll tell how they stood in the rain for hours just to get
So
a glimpse
good.
of the one who taught him to hold on a second longer.
We are who we choose to be. Now choose!
Bro, let me tell y'all something. A Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, is probably top 5, top 3, like, comic book villains ever. And it's definitely in the top, like, rankings of just any movie villain. Hey, brother's a problem. The little hand. Yuck. That is still so violent that they showed that shit.
What else can I call it?
Am I not supposed to have what I want?
Struggling to have everything you want.
I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal.
You're not a jerk for wanting a normal life, kid.
I chose my path. You chose the way of the hero.
It's a hard path. You see things, you do things, you make choices.
The Mysterio costume was so good.
No matter what I do,
Even if you win a battle, sometimes they die.
People will get hurt.
no matter how hard I try.
It's just me and you.
It's just me and you.
Oh.
Everything Spider-Man touches comes to ruin.
My Uncle Ben was killed. It was my fault.
I love you. I lost Gwen. Bye.
I really wish, I get why he didn't, but I also wish that Andrew also would have said, like, he also lost Uncle Ben, and in the process, he lost Gwen. But I guess it would have almost sounded like a one-up situation, so I get why they didn't. And we've never actually touched on Tom Holland's Ben being dead, even though we know he is, because of his briefcase he took on Far From Home. So we know Ben was somewhere. And he could still be out there, but him, oh, never mind. We'll get to it.
She was my MJ.
She was my MJ. Oh.
I couldn't save her.
The hardest thing about this job is you can't always save everybody.
I'm never gonna be able to forgive myself for that.
And they found you amusing for a while, the people of this city. But the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying.
Oh, dude, the Infinity War
In
scene
spite
just
of everything
rips you.
you've done for them, eventually they will hate you. Why bother?
At some point, I stopped pulling my punches.
Him beating the shit out of Gabi and him just like smiling and eating it. Oh.
I got rageful. I got bitter.
Uncle Ben meant the world to us, but he wouldn't want us living 1 second with revenge in our hearts.
I mean, he was whipping his ass.
Can take you over. Before you know it, turn us into something ugly. Spider-Man doesn't kill people.
You take Spider-Man's pictures, right?
The web-slinger's absence has left a hole in the heart of the city.
Oof.
There will be days where you feel
Toby was so young.
Where is he?
everybody needs help sometimes, Peter. Even Spider-Man.
And that's when hope is needed most. You must promise me that you will hold on to hope.
What's your name? I'm Peter.
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker. If there's one thing you
Oh.
want, it's good.
I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
All facts, no printer.
Keep it alive. We have to be greater than what we suffer.
I believe.
And I think one of the reasons I think that Ben is still out there is because May has her own grave. So maybe we'll get our own Ben Parker, and maybe he'll be a mentor, kind of like Aunt May kind of is it sometimes, and we'll get a flip of it in the MCU.
There's a hero in all of us.
That conversation that Aunt May gave in those Toby movies, every time I watch that when she's doing the little yard sale thing, makes me sob.
That keeps us honest. Gives
That
us
scene right
strength,
there, the Come On Spider-Man.
makes us noble. You have power.
She told me there was great power.
Comes great responsibility.
He'll be back, right?
Kid.
Why does he wear a mask?
Put it on. The mask. It's gonna make you strong.
Him telling, oh, the kid putting the mask. Come on, dude. Oh, it's so good.
Hey, Spider-Man.
You never doubted the man you'd grow into. How you were meant for great things.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is perfection.
For greatness, it's you, son.
Whatever life holds in store for me, I will never forget these words. With great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift, my curse.
Who are you?
Who am I?
I'm Spider-Man.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Somebody's gotta look out for the little guy, right?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That hug was improv, by the way.
This is what we do.
The I Love You was also improv by Andrew.
If anyone has a problem with that, can talk to me.
Dude, this that final suit is impeccable. Thank you, Stan Lee. So to kind of take a second to get my bearings straight on that. One, Malik, brother, this is really good. I love all of the music spots you put in here. The shout out you gave to Dragon Dancer for the coloring, and all of this stuff is just, it's very powerful. It's very emotional. I think if anybody has any sort of like emotional tie or any sympathetic, empathetic feelings towards the Spider-Man character, I think this video does a great job in pulling that out of someone. I could probably cry if I really, like, I feel it. It's behind my eyeballs, and I have that sad feeling of, but in a positive way, just like yesterday's video, and in a positive way of, you just did a great job evoking those feelings, and through, shit, I mean, 3, 5, 8 individual Spider-Man movies, and 10 plus Spider-Man appearances across, well, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. So we have like what, 11 Spider-Man appearances overall. 12 if you want to count the Spider-Man appearance in the deleted scenes in the original X-Men movie. That was just goofy. And then not to mention, you know, the original Japanese show and all the other iterations of Spider-Man that there's been with cartoons and animations and other productions and fan-made films and everything else. But those 3 Tobey Maguire movies and those 2 Andrew Garfield movies and the 3 Tom Holland movies we've had are just, they're all really good. And I know people shit on the Amazing Spider-Man, but Andrew Garfield's such a good Spider-Man. He's a really good Spider-Man. And I like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit, and I like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. The only thing I didn't like about those movies was like their version of the Goblin. I didn't hate Electro by any means. I love Jamie Foxx. I enjoy getting Lizard. And when you go back to Tobey's movies, I think Tobey's a perfect Peter Parker. I love his Aunt May and Uncle Ben. They were older and they felt more like grandparents, and more of an emotional tie. And watching him grow and do what he needs to do. I do think the best version of Spider-Man we've probably ever had was Tom Holland in Civil War. Like that personified like Peter Parker, personified Spider-Man. Everything they shown there was great. And then they kind of did 3 films of kind of like him discovering himself, which I don't mind. It was basically a trilogy of his origin almost, without actually showing the spider getting bit, the spider bite. But we did watch, you know, Aunt May pass, and we got that collaboration with those 3 actors, and to get Tobey back and to get Andrew back, and to have those moments and those crowd reactions, and listening to people sob during the end of Infinity War, and hearing people sob during No Way Home, and getting all of these amazing villains and getting Willem Dafoe back. I wish in No Way Home we would have had a shot of Peter and Andrew going back to their original universes, and maybe if we show like Andrew going back to his universe and maybe visiting Gwen's grave, or maybe for whatever reason he's sent back in that, maybe the time thing's all looped up and he gets sent to a point right before Gwen passes or something weird. I don't know how it could work out. Something wholesome. And then have Peter going back to MJ. Anything like that I think would have been very touching. But overall, I love all of these movies, and I think this is an amazing tribute. I don't want to keep repeating myself. I don't really have too much else to say. I have a wall of Spider-Man pops. My wallet is fucking has the Spider-Man logo on it, and those games that they came out with are just all of it, okay? Every bit of it, those movies, everything that's ever been released, this video, chef's kiss. I'm going to head out. Again, a link to that original video is in that description box down below. You guys can feel free to leave any comments you want in the comment section. As always, links and everything else will be down there. Playlist will be up on screen. Stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.